Oh, hello, how are you doing? This is Twan Jones, and I'm doing the second installment of my video blog. I know I've been gone for a minute, but now I'm back with the jump off, which is now the title of this video blog presentation, the jump off. And today, as I'm preparing to go into school to teach, I wanted to give you kind of an introduction, or a brief kind of introduction, into the different kind of fragrances or colognes that I consider the best for me. Now just keep in mind that of course, with any product, you have to kind of tailor it to your own interest. But colognes in particular, because the scent of it comes naturally off of your own body, and it's the mixture of heat and sweat and the cologne itself that creates the scent. So things that may smell good, once it mixes with your body, doesn't mean that it's going to emit the same kind of fragrance. And so in that aspect, colognes are really different by individuals. So how one cologne smells on one person may not be how that cologne smells on a different person. So just keep that in mind. So I have three kind of colognes that I really want to talk to you about. They're recent purchases, but they've been consistent purchases that I just love overall. The number 3 place is this bottle, Bellagio, which is basically kind of what I would consider a day scent. It's really kind of light, citrusy, breezy. It comes with this really nice kind of presentation, and the ends are actually the cologne, so you get the bottom level as well as the top level. And as you can see, I've used a lot of this one. This is a really favorite fragrance among kind of the day men who wear colognes in the day. Now this has absolutely no staying power as far as if you're going out at a club or something and you want to kind of maintain that scent after the club. So this is really a day scent that you should wear at a 9 to 5, and I've gotten a lot of compliments about this, that off my body it smells really kind of natural, and so it's great. It actually to me smells like you've just taken a shower, and of course you should always take a shower, but in case you don't, then take a couple spritz or something and just make do. So this is the first one. Again, it's Bellagio. I bought this one in 2006 and I've been using it since, so this is about a 2-year one. And I really enjoy the scent. The second scent that I have is Armani Mania. I love Giorgio Armani's colognes in general, but Armani Mania again has this kind of day wear scent to it, but it has a longer staying power than the one I showed you previously, Bellagio. So oftentimes I will wear this one out to clubs and bars at night. And it can last throughout the whole experience. It is again kind of a breezy scent, but it has a wood kind of like oak feel to it. And so what you naturally smell when you're just kind of at rest is the more citrusy smell. But if you start sweating like in the nighttime at a club or etc., then you actually get more of the kind of woodsy flavor to it. And so this kind of versatility within colognes is what I really like about Armani Mania. And it's one of their signature colognes. I mean, obviously, other than the Acqua di Gio. The third fragrance, and of course that one was my number 2 choice, so this is like my number 1 choice, is Burberry Brit. And basically it comes in this really stylish bottle. I accidentally threw it out the top. So as far as the presentation, there's this little aspect of the Burberry signature on the top of it. So it has a really great presentation. And unlike the Bellagio, I've used this recently. Armani Mania, which I didn't say, I've been using since 2005. So I've used it longer than Bellagio. And it's consistently done wonders with everyone that I come in contact with. They really like that fragrance. But this one I've only used for about 3 months. And I've gotten so many compliments that I am going to continue this in my rotation. And just as a side note, I think that, as far as colognes as well as perfumes or any kind of fragrances, you should use more than one fragrance. And so I always talk about it in rotation, that you need to use one each day, a different one each day. And so rotation means that of the 3 that I have, out of 7 days a week, I'll use about 2 of them a week. And so this one is now in my rotation as well. So Burberry Brit has this really interesting combination of scents. It's really multi-layered, and it's really harder to explain because of course I have no lingo for what it means to be a fragrance. But as far as the kind of scent tones to it, it comes across when you first do when you first spritz it the first time, it comes across really heavily baby powderish, which is something that had taken me aback, because I'm like, why would a man want to smell like baby powder, right? So that is kind of like the first tone that you smell. And, you know, you kind of have your, you know, it's either you love it or you hate it. But if you are okay with it and you want to continue on throughout the day, it actually has this little kind of Armani Mania kind of second and third tones, where the second tone is very citrusy. So once the baby powder smell or the scent is kind of dissipated, which it does fairly fast, then the only thing you smell is kind of this kind of citrusy, it's like a watermelon citrusy kind of smell to it. And that is really great. Of course, probably not in the summer when there are like a lot of bees and flies, but in general, I think that it's an amazing scent. And so you have that kind of as a second tone, kind of scent tone to it. And then the third tone, so after you get past the baby powder and the citrus smell, then it becomes more of kind of a man's fragrance with the more woodsy undertone. And so I think that it is a really great scent to have because it has different tones and different layers. The staying power of this one, I've tried it twice in the nightlife, and you know, it's a give and take thing. I think I personally prefer Armani Mania to wear at night and Bellagio in the days, but for Burberry Brit, you can theoretically wear this in the day and it'll be okay. As long as you're not doing anything kind of heavy. So that wood scent can be a little bit intimidating in the daytime. It may smell a little antiquated, but in the nighttime it is something that it just drives people wild. Like they're like, what is kind of scent you have on, whatever, and I'm like, Burberry, whatever. And so, but it's really great, and it really gets people, get people's attention. So I highly, highly, highly recommend Burberry Brit. Now all three of these, the Burberry Brit, the Armani Mania, and Bellagio, are moderately priced in retail stores, but they can range from about $30 to about $70. I would recommend, of course, as usual, to go online and purchase them from either a discount cologne or fragrance perfume store. There are a couple of those that are based in New York that I actually went to, and they really give you about a 20 to 30% discount, which is great because, you know, when you get some kind of discount on these kind of products, it always makes, for some reason for me, the scent feels a little better because it's not, you know, you getting the kind of experience of a high price or a higher price cologne but at a discounted rate. So you can go to kind of a discount fragrance online store, or of course eBay, which as a moment of caution, make sure that you're buying from sellers that kind of deal with perfumes and perfume related accessories. So if you're buying from like a person, you just never know when you're getting the actual real thing or if you're getting some kind of copycat thing. But, you know, make sure you look at people's ratings and make sure that the perfume or cologne store that you're buying from has high ratings, because then that will ensure that you are getting the best deal for your money and that you're getting the product that you're actually bidding on. So again, this is Twan Jones, and I've just basically told you about the Burberry Brit, the Armani Mania, and Bellagio.